Hey y'all, today's lesson is surface area of triangular prisms. So surface area prisms part 1 was rectangular prisms. Surface area prism part 2 is going to be triangular prisms. And again, we're going to focus on using the formula. The book doesn't have very many examples of triangular prisms, which is really frustrating because triangular prisms are harder than rectangular prisms. It is. I can see there's like just little differences with triangular prisms than with rectangular prisms. And I can see why it's harder, but it's frustrating that the book doesn't have more examples for you. So again, you're in your notes on page 511, except I don't think the first example is until 513 actually. Again, we're going to start with the same pH plus 2b. P is still going to be the perimeter of the base. Now, in a triangular prism, the base is a triangle. Even though almost never is a triangular prism drawn up on its triangle, usually the triangle is what you see. That is the base. And so we're still going to shade that in. And the perimeter of the triangle are the outside edges. You might see a line in the middle for the height, but don't get confused. That is not part of the perimeter. The perimeter are just the outside edges of the triangle. And then the 2b, we need to know the base area of a triangle. And I will remind you, the base area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height, 1/2 BH. So on the bottom of page 513 is a triangular prism. And I like how it's shown you the net and it kind of constructed as a 3D figure. We are not going to use nets anymore, but I wanted to show you how this, okay, for some reason is oh yeah, I can't draw on this. I'm going to take a picture of it. It's like, this is not working. I'm silly. I really like how it showed you. So this is the base, and here it is again. So I'm going to work through this to show you how to use the formula now that you can see both the figure and the net. So to find, and I want you to do this at the bottom where you have it or on the side, over here where you have your lines. The surface area is the lateral area plus 2 bases. The lateral area is pH plus 2. Now the difference here, the base is this triangle, and I'm going to shade it in. I want you to shade it in. Now I know we're covering up. We just covered up. The 3 is going to that line in there. Okay. So this side is 3.6 and this is 3.6. The line, the height is 3, and that's what gets people confused. So shade in the base, just like we did. That's the base. The area of a triangle is 1/2 BH. Notice this is lowercase b, this is capital B, because capital B means base area, lowercase b means the baseline, different things. So the perimeter of the base is this triangle right here, and that would be 3.6, 3.6, and 4. That's the perimeter. The 3 is not on the outside of the triangle. And if you look at the net, you can see the perimeter would be 4 plus 3.6 plus 3.6. The 3 is actually the height. So we add those together. And I know that these sides are 3.6 because it tells me right here and right here. If you were to fold this up, this line is going to match up here, and this line is going to match up right there. So 6 and 6 is 12, carry the 1, 3 and 3 is 6, 10, 11.2. So the perimeter is 11.2 times the height of the prism. Now here's another thing. If this prism was standing on its base, if the triangle was here and it was going up, how tall would it be? Remember, if it was on its base, the height is not going to be on the base. The height is going to be how tall it is. So the number that is not on the base is the 14. So that's what the height of the prism is. If you could take that triangle and you could stand it on its base. Plus 2, 1/2. The base of the triangle, again, these are the base area. So the base of the triangle would be this line, which is 4. And the height of the triangle is this line right here, which is 3. And that's what that told us. And if you look over here, I kind of covered it up, but the base is 4 and the height of the triangle. So there's 2 H's, but they mean 2 very different things. The height of the prism and the height of the triangle. So I'm going to type all this in. Well, first I'm going to type in the lateral area, 11.2 times 14. So the lateral area is 156.8. And then this is going to be 12 because the 2 and the 1/2 are going to cancel out. So the total, the total surface area is going to be 168.8 inches squared. So this is the total surface area. May I help you? And this is the lateral area.
We already finished one. Can we watch another one?
Yes, last one.
Okay.
So again, going through every step and making it just really as clear as I can because just seeing a lot of mistakes. Now, that was not an example. I was just making that an example for you. So go to the next page and you'll see at the top, oops, there's one example that's done for you, how much cardboard is needed to create this container. And this is really a terrible job. If you read through that, it doesn't explain where these numbers come from. It's just really not a good job. They use the same numbers from the one we just did. So we could check ourselves 156.8 and 168.8, but that is not worked out very nicely. So here is another problem that we're going to do. D. Let me move this over. Actually, I guess I should need to move this up. D, I want to do this. And I wonder if I can erase that. No, I can't. Whoops. Okay, just ignore that little square right there. Determine the lateral area and surface area of the triangular prism. So again, the surface area is the lateral area plus 2 of the bases. And the lateral area is made up of the perimeter times the height. And then the bases are triangles. So we do 1/2 BH. The perimeter of the base, again, the base is a triangle. So let's shade in back here. And maybe that's a better strategy than shading in the front where it tells us the height. So shade in. I want you to shade it on yours. Shade in the base. And what is the perimeter of that base? What are the 3 numbers that make up that triangle? So I know this one down here is 3, and then 2.5 is this side. So what is the other side? And these little marks right here tell me that they are congruent. So the other side must be 2.5 as well. So I'm going to add that up. That's 10, 4, 6, 8. So the perimeter is 8 times the height of the prism. The height of the prism is not going to be on the base. That's like the little trick. The height of the prism is if the prism was sitting on the triangle, how tall would it be? And that is 4 plus 2, 1/2. The base of the triangle. So if you need to draw a little triangle right here to help you remember, the base of the triangle is 3 and the height of the triangle is 2. 8 times 4 is 32. So the lateral area is 32. What centimeters squared? And then these cancel, and I'm left with 6. And then the total surface area would be 38 centimeters squared. And just showing you we have 2 answers, the lateral area and the total surface area. For the triangular prism, the lateral area means the 3 sides, the 3 rectangular sides. I'm kind of showing you that the 3 sides, they're rectangles, but they make the bottom and then the 2 sides. Those are not bases because they're not triangles, but those do make up the lateral area. Okay, I have one more example for you to do. Go down to the guided practice, just underneath here. I'm going to exit out of it. I don't want to save it. I want to go down to this guided practice. The triangular prism. Very rarely will you see the triangular prism drawn where it's sitting on its base, and that's okay. So you have some room on this one. Are the directions? The directions say find the lateral and the surface area. Lateral area plus 2 of the bases. Lateral area is pH, the pH plus 2, 1/2 pH. The perimeter, okay, I'm going to shade it in down here. Here's the base. The base, remember, has to be a triangle on a triangular prism. So the perimeter, I see 3. I see, what is this? This is 4. And this side is 5. So it's a 3, 4, 5. So what is that? 12. The perimeter of the base is 12 and the height is 6. And this is the height. Remember, the height of the prism is not going to be on the base. Plus 2, 1/2. The base of the triangle. So the base of the triangle is 4. And the height of the triangle is going to be the one that makes the right angle, which is 3. 5 is the hypotenuse of that triangle. 12 times 6 is 72. So my lateral area is 72 meters squared. Those cancel, plus 12. And so my total surface area is 84 meters squared. And I'm just going to box that over here. So you can see the lateral area make up the 3 rectangles, and the total surface area is the 3 rectangles plus the 2 triangles. So that is going to be it. Only 3 examples, and triangular prisms are harder, but we will practice more in class. So I just really hope you took good notes.